They said it was practical. That's what my mother remarked as she placed the shiny keys of a new silver Audi into my sister's hand. The money they used? The fund meant for my college tuition. She looked so satisfied, as if she'd made the smartest decision for the whole family. My dad chuckled and muttered something about investing in the future. My sister squealed and hugged them both without even glancing in my direction. In that quiet, sharp moment, something inside me broke, not loudly, but like a thin string pulled to its limit. I was supposed to leave for college in a few months. I'd spent every summer since I was 15 working and saving, trusting their promise that whatever I saved, they'd match. I believed them completely. But when it was time to use that money, it was gone, transferred, spent. My mother said I was smart and would find another way. My sister needed a car for her new job, and I didn't even know what major I wanted yet. That was her reasoning, soft, dismissive, final. I didn't argue, not because I agreed, but because I suddenly understood. Money wasn't about fairness. It was about power, and power could be taken back. They always saw me as a quiet one, the dependable son, the one who didn't demand anything. They forgot who sat in my father's office as a kid, learning how to read company financials, who attended board meetings just to observe, who sifted through documents while helping with simple paperwork. They forgot I absorbed everything. Our family business, the one my father built with his two partners, was cracking behind its polished surface. Costs were rising. Loans were draining the accounts. The partners were uneasy. My father refused to see it. While he acted like everything was fine, I studied every report, every contract, every fragile piece of that company. A plan formed on its own. Not revenge, not anger, just preparation. I took a part-time job at one of the partners' companies. I watched, I listened, I waited. When one partner hinted that he wanted to sell some of his shares, I was ready. I already had an investor willing to back me. My friend's uncle, someone who owed me a favor. The shares were bought under his name and transferred quietly into a holding company. My holding company. Nobody noticed. They thought I was working small jobs to cover my tuition. Then I spoke to the second partner, the one who always disagreed with my dad. I didn't lie. I simply showed him the numbers he was already worried about. 2 months later, 49% of the company was under my indirect ownership. When the invitation for the quarterly shareholder meeting arrived, it wasn't addressed to me personally. It was sent to A. Winters, the representative for my holding company. That was me. I arrived early. The room smelled of leather and pride. My dad adjusted his tie. My mom sat with an air of confidence. My sister lazily scrolled through her phone. Then the partners walked in. And then I did. My father didn't recognize the shift, not in my appearance, but in my position. I wasn't beside him anymore. I was across from him. The lead partner cleared his throat and announced there were changes in ownership to discuss. My father frowned. Changes? I nodded slightly and took my seat. I think it's time we talk about the direction of the company under its new majority shareholder, I said. My father went pale. My mother blinked in disbelief. One by one, the documents were placed on the table. The signatures, the transfers, the legality airtight. My father's voice cracked as he whispered, "This can't be real." But it was. I leaned forward and spoke calmly. "You always told me to make smart choices. This is mine." Silence filled the room like thunder. My mother finally spoke. "You can't do this to your family." I met her eyes. "You already did." No shouting, no gloating, just truth. My father stared at the table as the reality sank in. My sister's hands trembled, her phone forgotten. In that moment, I felt something I'd never felt before, freedom. I didn't ruin them. I didn't want to. I simply removed their power. I took control of the company, paid off the debts, restructured everything, and brought stability back. And I never looked back.